You're weak because you didn't respond. Ever heard that? Maybe it's whispered by someone else, or maybe it's your own mind trying to bait you. But what if I told you the greatest strength lies in not responding? Picture this. Someone hurls an insult at you, their words aimed to sting, their tone laced with condescension. They want you to react. They want you to feel small. Now imagine this. You look at them, unshaken. You don't respond. Not a word, not a flicker of emotion, just silence. That's when they crumble. Here's the trick. Stoicism teaches us that silence isn't surrender, it's strategy. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." And sometimes the most powerful reaction is no reaction at all. But why does silence sting so much? Because it disrupts their game. People thrive on attention, especially when they're trying to get under your skin. When you refuse to play, they lose their power. Suddenly, their insults feel like yelling into an empty canyon, loud but echoing back nothing. Here's the wild part. Silence doesn't just kill their ego, it saves your peace. When you engage in petty arguments or retaliate with anger, you're handing over your emotional reins to someone else. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." In other words, your silence isn't about them, it's about guarding you. Think about it. How many times have you regretted words spoken in anger? Now, how many times have you regretted choosing peace? Exactly. So, the next time someone tries to drag you into the mud, remember, your silence isn't weakness, it's the sound of strength. If you're ready to learn how to master this art of Stoic stillness and shield yourself from unnecessary drama, stick around. Trust me, it's life-changing. Before we dive deeper, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the rest of this transformative series. Let's unlock the power of silence together. Lesson 1. The strength of silent resilience. Imagine someone throwing insults at you, their voice rising, their words sharp and designed to wound. The air feels tense, and everything in you screams to retaliate, to say something that hits just as hard. But here's a Stoic truth. Your silence in that moment is not weakness, it's mastery. The first lesson in handling disrespect is to understand the profound strength that silence brings. Epictetus said, "When someone criticizes you, remember, they are not insulting you, but their perception of you. It has nothing to do with you. Their words are not a reflection of who you are, but a projection of their inner turmoil. When you respond with anger or justification, you validate their attack. Silence, on the other hand, disarms them. It sends a clear message. Your words do not control me." Think about this practically. Have you ever seen someone try to argue with a calm person? It's infuriating for them. The angrier they get, the more foolish they appear. Meanwhile, the calm individual stands tall, untouched by the storm. That's what silence does. It not only protects your peace, but also amplifies your power. Marcus Aurelius advised, "You always have the option of having no opinion. There is never a need to get worked up or to trouble your soul about things you can't control." By choosing not to react, you preserve your energy for what truly matters. Silence is a shield that keeps you centered, preventing you from being dragged into unnecessary conflicts. Practice this in your daily life. The next time someone tests you, pause. Take a deep breath. Let them exhaust themselves while you remain unbothered. You'll find that silence not only kills their momentum, but also strengthens your inner peace. Lesson 2. Detachment from their opinion is freedom. What someone says about you, whether it's a compliment or an insult, only holds power if you let it. The second lesson in dealing with disrespect is to practice detachment, separating your sense of self from the opinions of others. Epictetus wisely pointed out, "If you are ever disturbed by someone's words, it is not the words that disturb you, but your interpretation of them." Here's the truth. People's judgments about you are just that, their judgments. They see the world through their own biases, insecurities, and limited perspectives. Their opinions are a reflection of them, not of you. But the moment you internalize their words, you allow them to shape your inner world. Consider this. If a stranger on the street called you by the wrong name, would you get offended? Probably not. You'd laugh it off because you know they don't know you. The same principle applies to insults. Most of the time, the person speaking doesn't truly understand who you are. Why then should their opinion hold weight? Marcus Aurelius advised, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinions than our own." Detachment is not about indifference or apathy. It's about reclaiming your power. When you detach, you stop reacting emotionally to things beyond your control. This doesn't mean you ignore constructive feedback, but you learn to filter out what doesn't serve you. The next time someone disrespects you, remind yourself, this is their issue, not mine. Smile, nod, or stay silent if necessary. You'll find that detachment creates a barrier between you and their negativity, allowing you to walk away unburdened and in control of your peace. True freedom is caring less about what they think and more about what you believe. Lesson 3. Mastering emotional self-control. Disrespect can trigger an immediate rush of emotions, anger, frustration, even a need to defend yourself. But here's where the third lesson comes into play. True strength lies in mastering your emotional response. Seneca famously said, "He who angers you conquers you." Think about that for a moment. When someone's words or actions make you lash out, you've handed them control over your emotions. They've dictated your state of mind, pulling you into their chaos. Stoicism teaches us that this is not just unwise, but unnecessary. Why should you allow someone else's negativity to disturb your inner peace? Emotional self-control is like training a muscle. It requires deliberate practice. The first step is recognizing the emotion as it arises. When someone disrespects you, your initial reaction might be to snap back. Instead, pause. Take a deep breath and observe the emotion without judgment. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By acknowledging the feeling without acting on it, you've already regained control. Next, remind yourself that their behavior says more about them than it does about you. A person who insults others is often struggling with their own inner conflicts. Responding with anger only escalates the situation, dragging you into their storm. But when you remain calm, you hold your ground and protect your mental clarity. This doesn't mean suppressing your emotions or pretending you're unaffected. It's about channeling them wisely. Choose a response that aligns with your values, even if that response is silence. Over time, you'll find that emotional self-control isn't just a defense against disrespect. It's a tool for living with purpose and resilience. When you master your emotions, you master yourself, and that's a power no one can take from you. Let me ask you something. Who's really in control, your emotions or you? Take a second to think about it. How often do we let someone's careless words ruin our day? How often do we let a fleeting moment of disrespect define our mood, our decisions, our peace? Here's the twist. You are far stronger than you think. You have the power to choose your response, to master your emotions, and to rise above the noise of disrespect. And guess what? That power doesn't come from anything external, not from validation, revenge, or proving someone wrong. It comes from within. Think about this. When you stay silent in the face of provocation, when you detach from someone else's opinions, When you control your emotions instead of letting them control you, you're not just protecting your peace, you're sending a message that says, I am unshaken, I am untouchable. But here's where it gets really interesting. This is not just about handling disrespect. This is about building the kind of mental strength that changes your entire life. It's about learning to live intentionally, to choose your battles wisely, and to preserve your energy for what truly matters. Marcus Aurelius said it best, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." So, what kind of thoughts are you choosing? Now, let's make this interactive because growth doesn't happen alone. Drop a comment below. What does mind over body mean to you? Think about it deeply. Is it about conquering impulses, rising above emotions, or is it about something greater, something almost spiritual, a mastery of yourself? I want to hear your perspective because your journey matters, and so does your voice. And hey, if this resonated with you even a little, hit that like button. But don't stop there. Subscribe to this channel because we're just getting started on this journey of inner strength, resilience, and self-mastery. Trust me, the next lesson will blow your mind, and I promise it's going to challenge how you see yourself and the world. Remember, you're not just here to listen or learn, you're here to transform. So, let's do this together. Comment below, subscribe, and don't forget, your silence, your detachment, and your emotional control aren't just responses. They're your superpowers. Use them wisely.